I got an email this week from a fellow soulpreneur, and she's launching a new school community and trying to maintain everything else in her business. Email list, content creation, client work, you know the life. And she said something that stopped me in my tracks. She said, I know that I should be posting more. I should be engaging more. I should be doing more to get this community off the ground. Should. She was literally shoulding all over herself. And friends, that's a recipe for a nervous system dysregulation and complete burnout. If you're trying to launch something new while keeping your existing business running, this video is for you because the advice you're getting, it's not working. And I'm going to tell you why and what to do instead. Here's what everyone tells you when you're overwhelmed during a launch. Just batch your content. Okay, but batching doesn't work when you need real-time engagement. When you're launching a community or a program, you can't just pre-schedule everything and then disappear. People need to see you showing up. Or they'll say, focus on one thing. Cool. Except you can't pause your entire existing business to launch something new. You have clients, you have email lists, you have a mortgage. Or another thing that they say is hustle through it. It's just for a season. This makes me want to flip a table because here's what's happening when you hustle through it. You're activating your nervous system so intensely that by the time you finish the launch, you are fried. You might have hit your goal, but you're going to feel exhausted and not even be able to celebrate and enjoy the work that you have done and launching this beautiful offer that you've put out. And you certainly won't have the energy to maintain it. And here's the part that nobody talks about when your nervous system is dysregulated from all that hustling. You can't think clearly. You can't make good decisions. You definitely can't be creative or authentic when creating your content, which is exactly what you need during a launch. So let's talk about what actually works. Back to my friend's email. She said that she should be posting more, that she should be engaging more. Let me tell you something. The word should is one of the most destructive words in the English language when it comes to running your business, or otherwise, if you ask me. Every time you say I should, what you're really saying is I'm not enough. What I'm doing isn't enough. I need to do more. And your nervous system hears that as danger, threat. You're failing. Your body doesn't know the difference between I should be posting more on Instagram and a bear is chasing me. It activates the same stress response. So you end up operating from this activated energy, which feels productive in the moment, but it's not sustainable. It's cortisol. It's adrenaline. It's your body in that fight or flight mode. And here's the kicker. When you're in that state, you can't create your best material. The posts that you force yourself to create when you're shooting all over yourselves, they don't land, they don't connect because people can feel when you're posting from obligation instead of alignment. So the first step in launching without burnout is removing should from your vocabulary altogether. Instead, ask yourself, what feels aligned right now? What do I have the capacity for today? What's actually required versus the story that I'm telling myself? Okay, now let's get practical. Here's my framework for launching something without imploding. Part 1. Backend setup, minimal viable systems. Before you launch anything, you need to set up your backend to support it. Not perfect systems, but minimal viable systems. Here's what that could look like. One clear folder structure where everything lives. One simple task management system, even if it's a Google Doc. And one communication channel for all launch updates. Don't try to be everywhere. And for your existing business, identify what can pause for 4 to 6 weeks without consequences. Identify what needs maintenance mode, like your email list. Maybe instead of 2 emails a week, you go to 1 email a week. And automate or delegate one thing that's been draining you. This is not about creating complex systems. This is about creating enough structure that you're not operating from chaos, because chaos activates the nervous system, and an activated nervous system can't launch effectively. Part 2, nervous system protection. Here's what you need to understand about launch mode. It will activate your nervous system. And that's not bad. Some activation is good. It's excitement, it's energy, it's momentum. The problem is when you stay activated 24/7 with no regulation. So you need to build in nervous system regulation, not as an afterthought, but part of your launch strategy. Here's what that could look like. Daily check-ins. Every morning before you even look at your to-do list, ask yourself, what's my capacity today? What does my body need? Some days that's pushing harder, some days that's resting. Most days it's somewhere in the middle. And creating some non-negotiable boundaries, such as no work after 7 p.m. or whatever time that is for you. Giving yourself at least one full day off during the week, or creating a morning routine that regulates your nervous system before you even log in. Recognize the difference. Productive energy feels expansive. You're focused, you're creative, you're in the flow. Activated energy feels tight. You're rushing, you're anxious, you're white knuckling through tasks. When you notice that you're in that activated energy, stop, pause, rest, regulate, then decide if you should keep going or step back. Part 3 is the sustainable launch timeline. Most people try to launch in 2 to 4 weeks because they've been told that shorter launches convert better. But here's what I've learned. A sustainable launch takes 6 to 8 weeks minimum, not because you're slow, but because you're human. Here's how you could pace that. Weeks 1 to 2, work on your setup and your systems. This is when you set up your backend and create those minimal viable systems. Batch what you can batch. Weeks 3 to 4 is that soft launch. Start showing up, start engaging, build momentum. We're building momentum, not sprinting. Weeks 5 to 6 are your active launch. This is when you turn it up. More visibility, more engagement, more showing up. But because you've built the foundation, it doesn't feel frantic. And weeks 7 and 8 are cool down and evaluate. Don't just close the cart and collapse. Take time to process, evaluate what worked, and rest. The point is, you're not trying to do everything in a compressed timeline that leaves you destroyed. Let's come back to the word should. Every time you catch yourself saying, I should be doing more, I want you to ask yourself this. Says who? Who decided that you should be posting 5 times a day? Gary V? A course you took? Some guru who has a team of 12 people pretending that they do it all themselves? Because here's the truth. You get to decide what enough looks like. Maybe enough for you is 1 really good email instead of 3 mediocre ones. Maybe enough is fully being present in your community for 30 minutes a day instead of checking it all day long. You get to decide a version of a successful launch. And if your version includes not burning out, that's not just valid, that's smart. Because the goal isn't to launch just to launch. The goal is to launch something that you can actually sustain. It should be fun. If you're realizing right now that you need better back-end systems to support a launch and regulate your nervous system, that's exactly what we cover in Strategic Blueprint. It's my 5-week program where we build both your business back-end and your internal capacity to run that business without burning out. We cover the practical, tactile things like inbox management, task management, automation, delegation, but we also incorporate nervous system regulation as we're building your business backend because you can't separate the two. Your business system and your nervous systems are connected. So to my friend who sent me that email and to anyone else who's shitting all over themselves right now, you're not behind. You're not doing it wrong. You're not failing because you're not posting 5 times a day. You're launching something new while maintaining everything else. And that's hard. Give yourself credit for what you're already doing. And maybe, just maybe, replace the I should with I could or I choose to, and see how different that feels. Stay gold, my friends.